up to the front.
Yep, you got to expose it in order to get rid of it.
To get rid of it, you got to expose it.
If you don't expose what's
hidden, and it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah. And that you say that. That is what I was talking about with the deliverance. You even know with sobriety, in order to be delivered, you must speak on it. You must bring it to the light. You weaken it. And it's the same thing with unclean spirits. People call them demons and stuff like that. But I say unclean spirits because that's what they really are. They're unclean.
I'm going to tell you about addiction. My grandmother was one of the first ones to tell me something about addiction. She told me, she said, until you experience something, you will not know the remedy to solve it.
That's
because
true.
You haven't experienced what it's like. So you kind of where you're going to know what you need to clean it up.
Exactly. That's why it takes a criminal to know a criminal.
Right.
And that's why it takes someone who have been delivered to know how to get delivered.
Yeah. Because I can teach them how to get off that stuff. But first they got to have a desire to want it.
That's always number one. Desire. To want to get a change in your life.
Yeah, that's where it first starts. They got to have the desire to want to do it. And then once they get the desire to want to do it, then you can work with them. You got to find out what their natural behavior was, what their craving was, what triggered it. And look into their background, what their life was growing up, and what caused them to hurt, to want to try to medicate this hurt. Because that's what they're actually doing. They're trying to medicate a hurt.
A pain.
Yeah. They're trying to take away a pain that's inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
When in actuality, they need to face that pain and find out why they have that pain.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're going to find a solution to it. Because the solution to every person's problem is inside of them.
Yeah, it does start with you, and you have to dig it out.
You got to dig it out. But they have to be willing to allow you to dig it out. And then once you dig it out and expose it, then they got to act on it and continue. One thing for sure, once they find out what the remedy is, they're going to have to change people, places, and things.
Now, that is very important because you can't change if you stay in the same environment, hang around the same people, and keep doing the same old thing.
Nope. You cannot change like that. You got to change people, places, and things that you do. See, a different mentality. You want a different mentality? You're going to have to change your environment. You're going to have to see something different that's going to motivate you to stay different, to steadily improve. Because, it ain't going to just fall in your lap. You're going to have to put in some work.
A lot of work. And it's not going to be easy. Sometimes you're going to stumble, you're going to fall, and you're going to find yourself back. The stumbling and falling is still good.
I'm going to tell you something about stumbling and falling. Because I've stumbled and failed many times. Stumbling and falling make you a stronger person.
That's what I was about to say. Because if you've got everything right the first time, you become arrogant. And you won't be humbling yourself because you think you're perfect. Yeah. And I say that because it's individual.
And you'll become bored with yourself too.
Individual I know used to think that he could beat anything. Yeah. He used to tell me this all the time. I can beat anything. Ain't nothing gonna keep me from doing whatever I gotta do. I don't have a addicted personality.
See, that's where arrogance came in. When you become arrogant and haughty, God's gonna allow something to slap you down.
And that's exactly what's going on with him now.
You're gonna allow something
and then the bad thing about it, that very thing.
The error of your ways.
Exactly. That very thing that he was saying he don't have addiction with overtook him.
Yeah.
So, in order to be able to come out of that, you have to humble yourself. You have to open up and acknowledge what the problem is.
Not only that, I'm going to tell you something that I learned from AA. You're going to have to go and make amends to the ones that you did wrong.
Now, that you're right about.
That's the only way you're gonna ease your conscience, and you're gonna allow restoration to come in, a renewing of your spirit once again. See, because you're getting rid of the old spirit, and you're allowing a new one to come in.
Exactly. And that's a hard thing for people to do.
It is.
Is to tell people, I'm sorry for what I did to you. And not only say, I'm sorry for what I did to you, but to name the things that you did. That's the number one thing that people don't understand. Reason why a person don't accept your apology is because you won't even name the very thing that you did.
I had to write a letter. In my process of recovery, I had to write a letter to every person that I wrote.
Now, I remember when you wrote that letter, because I happened to be there that day when you was writing that letter. I remember when I went to go see you and at the halfway house, and then you told me that you were writing a letter, and then you even had all the people's names that you were writing a letter to apologize to them about everything. What about my mom? Did you write her a letter?
No, I talked to her.
Oh, you talked to her? Okay, that's different. You only wrote a letter for people you couldn't reach.
Right.
Okay. So, what you do with the letter? Did you give it to somebody to give? Or you mail it to them? Yeah.
If you don't know their current address, you mail it to the last known address.
That way, when they have a transfer address, it'll forward to them. Yeah. Yeah, you did right on that one. Yeah, you did. So that's why I said God can use you anywhere. He used a lot of people who's in prison and locked up. God can use you anywhere because think about it. If every single person, even the guards, the workers, and the warden, was corrupted, how are those people going to get delivered or find deliverance if no one can get to them to even help or teach them or even get them in the right direction to receive it? Now that's why y'all have the chaplains and all that come there, and people from different churches and stuff like that, because it's a big deal. And in order for you to, I don't like using that word rehabilitate, because I don't really believe in all that rehabilitation thing. I believe in deliverance, and I feel like that is what we need.
Deliverance and recuperation. Deliverance and recuperation, because you got to recuperate to get yourself back into the mainstream of society. If you don't recuperate, you're going to return back to the incarceration. So you got to recuperate. First you got to be delivered, and then you got to recuperate, because you don't want to become no burden on nobody out here.
No, you don't.
You want to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to become self-sufficient to the point of where others look at you and say, hey, he's in the prison, but look at him. He out here, and he done better than we is. And we've been out here all this time. What he got that we didn't get.
Yeah.
And I have had them to walk up there to me and ask me that.
What you tell them?
What you got?
When they ask you what you got that they don't have since you've been in prison and now you recuperated, what do you tell them?
I told them, I said, I learned to depend on God.
Exactly. And that's what people don't know how to do. Now, I have to say this because it's easy to say depend on God, but when a person hear that, to them it's like a cliche.
You don't just depend on God. You lean on Him for everything. You lean on Him for your life, for your food, for your drink, for the clothes that go on your back. You lean on Him for everything. You come to depend on Him 100%. And it don't just quit there. It follows you once you come out of there. Because it changes you. And you don't want to return back to the old life that you live.
No, you don't.
You want to live a completely different life. The life you knew that you should have been living in the first place before you went there.
I remember I used to have these thoughts when I was in my early 20s, even my teenagers. I used to always wonder why a person would go to jail or to prison and they come back and they do the same old stuff over again. You spend 10, 20 years, 2 years, 5 years, and you come out and do the same thing. Why they don't change?
The reason that they don't change is because they went in there playing with themselves. They wasn't serious. about changing their life, getting their life on track. They wasn't serious about it. They kept reminding themselves of what they did do when they was out there. And they keep entertaining the thought, oh, I'm going to do it different when I get out there. I got to do it a little bit better. But they going back to the same. That's like a dog returning to his vomit.
Mm-hmm.
You're going back to the same thing again. And it's going to get you back to the same place again.
Mm-hmm.
If it don't get you killed.
If it don't get you killed.
If it don't get you killed.
Exactly. A lot of times they get killed.